reality at Zoe's house.
Yeah, okay. But the title is in your name?
The title's in my name.
Okay. So how long have you owned it while Zoe was paying the mortgage?
How long have you had?
9 years.
9 years? Yeah.
9, 10?
I think it's 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay. What about furniture and effects and stuff like that? Do you deem those as joint assets?
I don't really know about it.
That's all yours, babe.
Yeah, well, I guess everything that I own, I would leave to Rob and Sean. But we don't really have any assets.
Furniture adds up to
Yeah.
heaps. It does, if you have to replace it.
Yeah. Have you got a car?
No, I don't.
No. Have you got a car?
Yeah.
Rob? Have you got any shares or managed funds or anything like that? How about you? No. Okay. So, the mortgage is then in your name, isn't it?
No.
That's in both our names.
Both your names. So, if you died, what would happen to the mortgage? Have you got mortgage insurance? Mortgage repayment
No.
insurance? No? Any
if
life
I-
insurance? Okay. So, tell me what you're thinking.
Well, I think that if I died, that house would be social of it, and it's transferred into his name on the mortgage, and then if he died, then it goes to Storm.
Okay. Now, the first hurdle there is that we can't deal with the house because the house belongs to Mum.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's only once Mum has died that the house can be dealt with.
Right.
Yeah, because unless you change the ownership of the property, there's no way we can change that.
Okay.
So it'll be up to Mum to have to, in her will, to deal with the house as she sees fit.
Uh-huh.
Now, of course, Rob, you guys have lived here obviously for some time. Have you contributed to the mortgage?
Yes, he has.
Yeah. So it makes it kind of quite difficult, isn't
Yeah.
it? Because it kind of becomes relationship property, doesn't it?
Mm.
And the other issue is that Storm is not Robert's child. So, there's quite a lot of complicated situations, like you rightfully said, Rose.
Mm.
Now, when we look at the legislation that affect our wills, the first piece of legislation is the Family Protection Act. And the Family Protection Act says we have to provide for a certain class of people.
Uh-huh.
And in your case, you have to provide for Rob. But you also have to provide for Storm. You have to bring her up into the same level because she's not Rob's child. And sorry that I'm talking about this in front of all of you. It's all a little bit bizarre. But anyway, it's good that you're all hearing it.
Mm.
Because if Rob got everything and he has no obligation to provide for Storm.
Right.
Because she's not his child, even though you've been brought up in the house here, but once you are a little bit older, that obligation goes away. The other one is the Testamentary Promises Act. Now, have you promised anybody that you'll leave them something in your will for services they've provided you?
No.
No. Have you, Rob?
I have nothing to really give to anyone.
No, so you haven't said to the lawnmower man you're going to leave him your car or... No. And the last one is the Property Relationships Act, which says that if we've been in a relationship with somebody for 3 years or more, they could be entitled to half of our assets.
Right.
Now, if this house belonged to you, that would apply to Rob and you both.
Right.
But because the house belongs to Mum, it makes it quite complex because you guys have contributed to the mortgage, but the house is in Mum's name.
Mm.
So
I think it's quite the opposite of that. I think it's extremely simple.
why?
It's in Rose's name and it has nothing to do with me or Zoe.
Yes, but you have contributed all these years to the mortgage. So you have effectively purchased something for Rose.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's where the complexity comes in. I mean, what Rose does with the house when she dies is up to her.
Exactly.
Yeah, and she could exclude you from that.
Yeah,
if,
I understand that completely.
Yeah, yeah. So in terms of your will, really, the account at the Kiwi Bank,
Yeah.
is that in the mortgage? Is that
Yeah.
sitting in the mortgage account,
Yeah.
which is in both your and Mum's name? So by survivorship, even that money would go to Mum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the only way you can stop that from happening, and my recommendation would be that you have it, if you don't want it to go to Mum,
Yeah.
is that you put it into a joint account for you and Rob.
Okay.
So open a joint bank account so
Right.
that the two of, so by survivorship, Rob will get it.
Okay.
And I guess, to be honest, that money would, help towards your funeral, and
Yeah.
then there'll be nothing left,
Yeah.
type thing. So your problem also still comes with Storm. What are you going to leave her?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, she would, I suppose, get I mean, the only thing any other value is I've got a little bit of family jewellery that was from Homestorm.
You give that to Storm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zoe is almost at the situation where she can put the mortgage completely into her name, and then I can transfer probably legal title of the land to her. We can't do it just yet, but we're working towards that.
Okay.
So if she writes a will, can we write it and looking to the future that if she should own property?
Yeah, no, because the will only deals with the assets she owns on the date of her death.
Okay, so I mean, like, assuming that we've done this, we've transferred it to Zoe.
Yeah, then certainly we can deal with the property.
Yeah, that's fine.
So what I would then recommend, if that's what you're planning to do, is that you transfer the property to Zoe's name, if that's what you chose to do, or so only into Zoe's name, and then we leave Rob the right of personal residence in the property.
Okay.
So that means that he can live here until he dies, or for a certain period of time, whatever you decide, and then when he has died, it goes to Storm. So we're looking after everybody then, so that Rob's looked after, he doesn't get kicked out of his home, and Storm eventually will get it. Yes, she'll have to wait for Rob to die, but that's a normal process.
Yeah.
You
I'm
can't
very
tell
ill.
them.
High blood pressure, high cholesterol, it's only a matter of time.
That sounds
That sounds good.
Yeah.
So we can write it as if Zoe's going to have property very shortly. That will be effective.
No, because I can't write the will as if she's got it. I need to prove that she actually owns the property.
Oh, okay.
So when I do a title search and your name's on the title, I can't deal with it.
No, okay.
So we might have to do that first.
Right.
So what is the bank is the complication? The bank is the
Yeah.
problem?
Yeah.
How much is the mortgage?
100,000.
A
And
little bit less than 100,000 now.
Yeah.
Probably if they
think
did a
that
revaluation, your equity in here would be sufficient.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
no,
what is the government valuation here?
250.
So really, you've got a lot of equity in the property.
Yes. I think the bank would have lent me on what we received was about 50,000.
Oh, it goes on your income, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, who is the bank?
Kiwi Bank.
Kiwi Bank. Zoe, sorry, I'm just going to ask you a personal question. What is your prognosis? Like, what is, how, do you have a time
They don't
frame?
know.
They don't know.
They don't know. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, it's fine.
I know it's very difficult for everybody here.
Maybe this time, this case, maybe another 15 years, maybe.
Right. Okay. So yeah, it's not like you're going to be
Not in the
not
no,
around. No.
no.
Okay, that's good. So if we approach the bank then, or you and Zoe approach the bank and say, here is our situation, this is what we want to do, I think that would be the first step. So we get their consent first.
Yeah.
We can do the legal work, where we then transfer the property from Mum's name
Right. Yeah.
to your name, or otherwise we transfer it to the two of you as tenants in common. So never jointly. We don't want that, because then you always want to make sure that there's something for Storm,
Yeah.
but you also want to make sure that Rob's looked
Absolutely.
after. So if we
Yeah.
do it, to your name only,
Mm-hmm.
Rob would still have a claim against your estate under
Under
the
the
Family
Property.
Protection Act and
Yeah.
Property Relationships Act. If we do it as tenants in common, where did the deposit come from?
I provided that.
You provided the deposit, okay. So you might say, okay, let's give it to Zoe, tenants in common in unequal shares. So in other words, Zoe owns a bigger share than Rob,
Okay.
but Rob would still have the right to live here. And we do that all in your wills.
Uh-huh.
So Rob has the right to live here. When he dies, it goes to Storm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
That sounds extremely fair.
yeah, you're making sure everybody's looked after.
Absolutely.
So I'm just wondering if we shouldn't do that first.
Yeah.
Approach
Okay.
the bank rather than
So-
having a will now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm happy to do the will now, but it just seems
Well,
silly.
I-
We're
No,
going
it
to update
does.
it in a
It's
few weeks.
completely
Yeah.
silly to do it as
Yeah.
it stands
And the
now.
whole thing is that we want is actually, I mean, I don't have any assets other than the
The
house.
house, yeah,
So really it is about the house.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So, do you want to approach the bank, Rose, and see what they say?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if they agree, then we can get the legal work done, because what it is, it's really like buying and selling.
Mm.
So it's conveyancing from you to
Yeah.
Zoe and Rob, or however we're going to do it.
The bank will charge a fee for that, though, won't they? Will they? Or
The bank shouldn't charge a fee, but there will be a conveyancing fee. So
roughly?
I'm thinking anything between, $1,500 maybe,
Yeah.
because it's you are selling it
Yeah.
to Zoe.
I
Really
think
is what
last
it is.
time the lawyers, I think they only took 500.
Yes, but that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's probably about
Triple.
$750 each, plus there's the mortgage that needs to be discharged, and
Mm.
1,500, 2,000 maybe. I can't say for sure what the fee
Yes.
will be, but
Around the house.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's-
I think what you've suggested there is really what Zoe is looking for. That's
Yeah.
what she wants. That's what she wants in her will.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So what you're suggesting is what she wants.
Mm.
And
But you understand that I can't put that in the will.
Absolutely.
It's still in Rose's
no, you
name.
can't.
Yeah.
No.
It has to be changed. If
we
if
just
what
wanted
she
to
wants to happen
know
will
how-
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We weren't sure how.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
pretty naive when
Yeah.
it comes to wills and
Yeah,
things.
which is fine. I mean, that's why I'm here.
You've given us
Yeah.
some really powerful advice so far
Yeah.
that I think.
So we can put that into action and see
Yeah.
what they say.
Yeah.
And yeah.
If the bank doesn't agree, I just need to have a think about it, because I'm just thinking if you sold some of it to Zoe, like Rose, if you did that,
Mm.
sold some of it to Zoe now, or otherwise, just if you, I just need to take some time to think about it, because there's other
Yeah.
options. Like if you gave Rob the right to live in the property when you died,
Yes.
and then when he dies it goes to Storm,
Mhm.
dealing with this property directly. How many other children have you got?
Two, but we're all agreed that this is Zoe's property.
Right,
And they're not
okay.
expecting to get anything from
Yeah.
it.
So they're
Yeah.
not thinking that they can get some of this?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not.
Yeah. Because that can also become a problem, you see,
Yeah.
if you are seen to be treating Zoe or Rob,
Yeah.
if Zoe's no longer here.
Yes. I already have a will where I've actually said that this house goes to Zoe.
Right.
My other property is shared between the two boys.
Yeah.
But this is Zoe's. Well, actually, my other property is shared between all three of them.
Right. What
Yeah.
happens though if Zoe died before you? What does your will say then?
I think it says it goes to Storm.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I can't remember.
yeah, that
Right.
makes it that makes it complicated for
For
Rob.
you.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
wrote that before Rob was on the scene.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
If that was to occur, I
I
have
can
no
do
rights
it.
here at all, would I?
I can do a new will, though. I'm quite
Yeah.
happy to do a new will if you're happy to do that with me.
Yeah.
Doing what you've just said,
Yeah. Yeah.
to give Rob the right of residence. here.
Yeah. To let him live
Yeah.
here, and then it goes to Storm afterwards. Yeah.
So I'm happy to do that
Yeah.
if the bank isn't willing to play. ball.
Yeah. Okay, so I think first steps, approach the bank, see what they say. If they don't want to agree to it, then we go to plan B.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's possible for me to do that.
Yeah,
and-
absolutely.
And to basically make it the same as if Zoe was
Yes,
doing it.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then if Zoe died before you died, you know, you and Rob can just agree amongst each other that he lives here, or whatever the situation might
Yeah.
be.
And if I died before Zoe, it just goes to Zoe anyway.
Yes, it goes to
Yeah,
Zoe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In that situation, if it was to occur, it would be up to Rose's generosity whether I stay here or not, though, wouldn't it?
Yes,
That
because
would be, yeah.
that is the more risky option.
Yeah.
The best option is if the property belonged to Zoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah.
But if I wrote in the will that I'm granting Rob right of residence?
Yeah, it doesn't
Does
matter.
it-
You
does
can
it?
still change your will.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah,
You might be grumpy at him.
Yep, you might do too.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
should be very careful.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to talk to the bank then.
Yes, I think so. That'll be step
Okay.
number 1.
Yeah.
And then we can talk again once you've done that,
Okay.
and then take it from there.
Okay.
Rose, ordinarily, she resides in the UK.
Mhm.
She's going back on
Wednesday.
Oh,
Wednesday.
okay.
But I can correspond, I mean, you fax me, I mean, you can scan
Yes.
stuff and
Yes.
I can sign it and
Okay.
scan it back.
Have you got an email, Rose?
Yeah, it's Fractals. It's FRACTALS_NZ
So FRACTALS
Yeah, _NZ.
at yahoo.com.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do in the UK?
I'm teaching there.
Oh,
Mm.
how nice.
But
No.
troubled children, I believe.
The children who are too difficult to be in a mainstream school.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, they'll be challenging. I take that how nice back.
Awfully
No,
tough.
actually, it is quite fun. Yeah.
And Rose, what is your last name?
Chandler, CHANDLER.
Okay, so you'd probably like to talk to the bank before you go, eh?
Yes, what's today? Thursday.
Thursday,
I'll
yeah.
talk to them tomorrow if possible.
Okay.
It's too late today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll ring them.
I can ring them.
10 to 4. They might still be around. Okay, and what is your phone number in the UK?
07930916884.
Small number.
So it's 0041, isn't it, darling?
No,
Chandler?
0044.
0044. 930916884?
Did you get the 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, 930916884.
Okay, cool. Thank you. But email would be the easiest.
Yes. And you can scan things and attach it to an email.
Yeah.
I can scan it to send back.
Okay. When are you planning to be back here?
I'm not sure. I would like to come back in August, but I
What was the last? You were back here how long ago? It was 18 months ago.
yeah, it was
18 months, yeah.
we'll see. I try to get back every year, once a year, but it's been 18 months.
Okay. That's pretty good. Coming back all
Mm.
this way once a year.
Unbelievable. Coach travel all those hours, and it must cost thousands of dollars to come back here. And
35 hours.
Yes.
whoa.
And that didn't even count getting to the airport and getting from the airport to here.
Yeah. That sometimes is the worst,
Yeah.
isn't it? Okay. So I just would like to put this on hold a little bit until we've sorted this out.
Yeah.
And then if you are okay with us just communicating via email,
Mm-hmm.
if we can't do the bank thing, we can do the will thing via email as well.
Yeah.
So we can easily do that. That's not a
Okay.
problem. Because I can send original documents to you for your signature if you want to do that.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay. Are you all okay with that?
Well, you've been a wealth of information, Myra. Thank you
Good.
very much for your time.
Thank
You've really clarified a lot of things that, as we as lay people weren't really
Yeah, I don't know
aware of.
Yep, no problem at all. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'll probably think of some other scheme during the night and then we'll talk about it.
That'd be good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Because we want everyone to feel secure.
Yes, and that's the most important for you as well, isn't
Absolutely,
it?
yeah.
And you want to make sure that Storm's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you got any other questions for me? No?
No, I think Right.
No, I was going to say, you can do a will for me, so then I need to change it.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's lovely.
But I'd like to do is check
The
with the
things
bank
first,
first,
yeah, yeah.
before we go down that path, if that's okay.
No,
yeah.
that's fine.
But otherwise, I can definitely. Yeah, no problem.
Cool.
And I can do everything via email apart from the original document.
Mm.
But yes, we can do all of that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Great. Okay, so I'll be off,
Yes.
and I'll hear from you hopefully in the next few days.
Yeah.
Rob has got my card.
Yep, I'm over there.
Over there somewhere. Yep.
Wonderful.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah,
Sure,
thank
you've got
you
a
very much.
lot to talk
Awesome.
about,
Oh.
and we'll catch up soon. Okay. Nice to meet you, Zoe.
You too.
Thank you very much. Okay, Rob.
Thank you very much.
you.
Cheers.
Rose.
Hi.
Thank you. Dom. Nice to meet you.
You too.
And your pussycat.
Very good.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Oh,
thanks.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hopefully it's not raining.
Yes, hopefully.
Pick you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Down to hell.
There's a roll on at life.
Thanks for turning up, Storm. I really appreciate you being here. When, like, to you right now, it mightn't seem like what just happened has any effect on you at all.
No,
But
I'm
but in the
sure.
future, you really need to be there when these decisions are being made, because they do affect your future.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted you to be here. As I said, I know you may have felt you didn't say anything or have any input at all, but to me it was really important that you were here.
And
Because,
that you know what's going on.
yeah, because you know, the last thing you want to be in life is you look back and go, what the hell? I wasn't there when they were discussing this stuff. No one told me what was happening. I had no opportunity to have my input into the situation. I wanted you to have that opportunity. Whether you use it or not, it doesn't matter, but you should have that opportunity open to you, and that's why I made as much effort as possible to get you here.
Have you ever thought about this sort of stuff before?
No.
Why would you, You know, you got your whole life ahead of you. Nothing could possibly go wrong. You'll probably live to 100. You know, I mean.
But you know what we had talked about is that at some stage in the future you want to get married and have kids and have a family, a house for your family.
Yeah.
You don't look thrilled about that idea, but it will happen.
I even just said she's got twins written all over her.
As your mum says, they'll be paid this house off quite in a few years.
Yeah.
That means you can raise money against this house to buy your own.
What does that mean?
Like you can use the collateral in this house to help you get a mortgage of your own.
What's the collateral?
It means that, the equity, the money that I
Rent
paid
it
off.
out.
No, the value of the house.
Oh. Well, you just rent it out and then get the rent money.
No, from
Because
the
Rob will be living in the house.
Oh, right.
But the
okay.
mortgage will be paid off, so
Yeah.
the house will be
So
debt
if you
free.
needed help to get a mortgage, you could use this house as like a safety net. So it would be like, well, what assets do you have? And you not have a small deposit, but then you can say, well, you can equity in this house.
No, that means it's paid off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't have to worry about what this house is doing.
yeah.
But, I mean, it's like I did with Marie. I used my house in Whitianga as collateral for her to buy her house. It's just security for the bank.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because you might go to them and say, look, I'm just this footloose, fancy-free bird. And they'll go, we're not giving you a mortgage.
Yeah.
But if you go, I've got a house that I could got
Yeah.
equity in,
Yeah.
they'll go, oh, yes, we like you, we'll give you a mortgage, no worries.
Yeah.
So it's just a helping out thing.
No, I don't get it, but yeah.
One
I
day
get
you will
some-
get it,
Well,
and one
when you
day...
get it, it will be alright, yeah.
It's just that it's just something for you in the future to know that life isn't going to be as difficult for you as for some people.
Yeah.
Because some people just have to start from scratch and only do it with what they've got themselves. And some, like Sam, they're struggling to get their deposit together, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or help from their parents.
Yeah. So you know, just so you know that it's going to be maybe a little bit easier for you when the time comes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's all good.
Only don't do that just yet.
Well,
Enjoy life. Get
Yeah.
out there and enjoy life. Do all the things you want to do before you settle down with kids.
Yeah. That makes it hard, otherwise.
it's engrossing.
Right.
What? Children?
Children. Oh, one day.
I suppose you've had Savannah and Isaac to
Yeah.
put you off with.
Oh, well. Whose kids are they?
Like my
Oh, nice
relations.
ones. Yeah. I thought they were
My brother
lovely.
and sister.
Sorry. Because I don't think I've ever met any of them.
I'm sure you know.
Oh, no, I have. I have met them once.
You were at Savannah. As a baby, maybe.
Yeah, maybe as a very...
Actually, you may not.
No, I've met them once when they moved into their new house out of the garage.
Oh, okay.
When I went, Storm and I went to visit them once.
Oh, right.
Oh, yes, I remember Isaac now.
Quite a cute blonde.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was helpful.
That was extremely helpful.
Yeah.
I think it was extremely clarifying,
Yeah.
and I think that we're all on the same page now as to what has to happen.
Yeah.
If what you want to happen is going to happen,
Yeah.
and I think we couldn't have really asked for a better person to come and visit us.
Yeah.
But you do realise she just said exactly the same thing as Zoe said and I said.
Well,
she did
no.
actually say the same thing.
Well, she said that there's a legal document that will take care of Ron.
Yeah.
Saying there's right of residency.
Right of residence,
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
No, neither did I.
But that's what I said before, that we can write something in the will that
Right.
covers that. So you have the right to stay
Yeah.
here.
It's so
I didn't
funny.
use the word residence.
It's so funny because you're completely contradicting what she said in my mind. She said to me that I have no right of residency as long as it's in your name. She said that you and me have to discuss it, and I said to her, so I've got to be nice to Rose then. She
Yeah.
goes, yes, that's right. You don't want to get on the wrong side of her. That's what she said. She said you do not want to get on the wrong side of Rose, and that was my complete understanding of what. So.
Yeah. Until.
We all, it doesn't matter what we all think, okay, we've all got our own opinion on what happened,
Yeah.
you know, but,
It's all right.
yeah,
When I come
Okay.
to the fact,
Yes.
the situation has changed.
yeah,
They know me.
yeah,
They know our situation.
yeah.
I think that they might be willing to relook at.
Yeah.
If the conveyancing fee is an issue, I will find the $2,000 that is required to change,
Yeah, we'll
to
pay
change
for
it
it.
over.
Unfortunately, you'd have to, because I can't.
Yeah, no, I have the ability to draw thousands of dollars of money in debt if I need to settle this. I want this settled in such a way that I feel everyone is getting exactly what they're supposed to be getting, and I will, if it takes me years to pay the debt off, it doesn't worry me. She's made it very clear, when I die, everything goes to Storm, and Storm gets the house, you know what I mean? So, but in order for that to happen, the ownership of the house has to be changed over. Otherwise, if you decide that you don't want to change the ownership of the house over, and I understand that, it's a huge thing to do.
I'm sorry, that is an action option. There's no point in even talking about that. I have always said I wanted to change the ownership of the house off.
Yeah.
And I've never said I'm going to change my mind. And it's
No.
extremely unlikely. In fact, it's not possible that I will change my
And
mind.
I'm not disagreeing with you or saying that what
So
you're
we don't
saying is
even really
wrong.
need to discuss that.
Yeah.
What Zoe and I have been trying to say this
Yeah.
earlier this morning
Yeah.
is we needed to cover that in-between period.
We do.
And she's saying that it's probably possible to do it now,
Yeah.
which is the ideal.
If it can't be, then we would have to wait until.
If it can't be done now, it can't be done now.
No, we know
We've
that.
done
Yeah.
whatever we can.
No, yeah.
And I can even sign a document saying that this is my intention, which is what I did with Marie.
I know, it's like she said.
I
you
can
know-
change my mind, yes
Yeah.
or no.
But we've got to do what we can.
Hmm.
And that's all we can do.
Yeah. I understand that you feel stressed out. I'm not questioning your personal integrity. As I was saying, I've just had an experience with a person. I'm named after one of her children that died after he was born, and I was let down by her. So So as I said, I fully appreciate that you feel yourself. I understand. I don't mean to question your integrity. I understand that you're saying that I'm questioning your integrity, but I'm not questioning your integrity at all. I'm in no way saying that.
No, it doesn't matter. Let's just leave it there. Because I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get across what I want to say to you. I don't think it's ever going to happen. So let's just leave it there with what that woman has said.
If you
Yeah?
want,
No, there's no point. Because... Did you get to finish your potato and stuff, though?
I've had enough here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I think I might need to lie on this.
okay, babe.